Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at the DC Collectibles Icons Batman. This figure is one that was very anticipated indeed, and it actually disappointed a lot of people. So let's go ahead and just take a quick look at the box, and then we'll have a look at what we think about the figure itself. On the back here we have everyone else that came out in this first wave. I actually have pre-orders up for the next wave, so stay tuned for those. So that includes Superman, Harley, and Joker. So that is Wave 3, I believe. I've reviewed Flash from Wave 2, and I've also reviewed this Green Arrow from Wave 1 right here. I'll actually show you Flash and Green Arrow stood next to this guy in this video, and I'll also show you him next to a couple of other Batman figures so you can get a better grip as to the scale and whatnot and the build of this figure itself. So let's go ahead and get this thing open and take a closer look. And here's Batman out of the box. Now, my first impressions when I actually saw this Icons line revealed was that this was going to be the best Batman action figure that I would most likely have for a very long time, and certainly that has ever been made so far. And I have to say, it does live up to those expectations for me personally. The main reason that people dislike this figure is just the scale, but I will be getting to that in just one moment. First, let's look at the accessories that it comes with. So here we have the Batarang, and there's one in his hand. He actually comes with two, so they are exactly the same. And they look pretty nice. They're actually quite sharp as well. So you have a spare, or you could have him holding two or whatever. So you've got an open gripping hand to hold the Batarang, and then you also have a fist, and you have a pair of both of those. And then we have this awesome grapple launcher right here. So it's actually a left hand, and on one side we have a ball that basically just stops it so it doesn't come off the other end, and then on the one side we have the actual grapple hook right there. So you can get some awesome displays with this, and it's obviously what it's meant for. You could wrap it around other characters, you could have him hanging from it or whatnot, but it's just so amazing. This is something that we do not usually get with Batman figures, and it's just awesome that they've included it because it looks so cool. We are actually going to get more accessories, so they're bringing out actual accessory packs, and it looks like pretty much every accessory pack that they're going to do is going to come with like a different like Batarang or something for Batman. You're also getting, you know, effects for Green Lantern and things like that, and you get like a smaller character in each pack as well, and they are decently priced. But yeah, so we are actually going to get more different styled Batarangs that you can use with this figure or other figures from the Bat family as and when they are released. So that's pretty cool. Now, honestly, the stature from these lines, just like, you know, all the mold work and everything, it all looks absolutely fantastic to me. I absolutely adore it. Unlike DC Universe Classics, we are actually getting different style molds. So if I bring in Flash right here, you can see that comparably Flash, you know, with the bigger head and whatnot there, he does actually look kind of taller than Batman right now. But, you know, just he just doesn't look as bulky. He doesn't have as defined muscle. Batman right here has a few like lines and stuff sculpted in as if the muscles, like, you know, making the suit stretch, and that's really cool. Also, the thighs down here are actually bigger on Batman. He's just a more bulky character, so they're not just reusing the same molds. And then obviously you have characters like Green Arrow right here in the same wave that, you know, are completely different. He's even skinnier than both of those, and obviously the mold work has to be very different for this character. So it's really nice that we are getting, you know, completely different molds, a ton of accessories with each figure, so it's really cool. So articulation, the head does suck because it doesn't go up. It only goes down a little bit, but you do get your left and right, and you do get a decent amount of pivot in there. The shoulders come out to the side, go all the way around, rotation the upper part of the arm, double jointed elbows, and then rotation and a hinge at the wrist. Now, my Flash figure, I could only get this diaphragm moving left and right. Whereas this one right here, I can actually move forward and back as well. So I don't know if that one's just really tight on that figure, or if on that particular Flash you actually can't move it as much. It would really help to get a better running pose out of him. So I'm guessing if it's meant to be like this, then that's fantastic. If they took it out for that figure, then that kind of sucks. But you also have the actual lower ab hinge down here as well. So he actually crunches quite a lot. I really actually do like that articulation. The hips here, they go forward and out to the side. You get a little bit of rotation, but not really all that much. It needs an actual cut, and it would have been great for this figure because, you know, you could just hide it with that transition in the suit anyway. Double jointed knees, rotation at the boot. The feet go up and down and have ankle pivot, and they have peg holes as well. The cape, Really, really nice design. I love it. It comes right down to his feet. It is actually super flexible. It's basically the same material as the Green Arrow's hood. It's absolutely fantastic. So it's not like a DCUC style cape that's going to hinder articulation. You can get him crouching down, no problems at all. The paint detail is really nice as well. They've put some shading on that belt. The symbol is amazing. The eyes look so cool. I love the design of this head with the shorter ears and everything. He does actually have some paint on his lips. There is a bit of blue showing through where the skin tone hasn't been put on enough. It kind of looks like he's got a moustache. He actually has painted on eyebrows over that, so I don't know whether that's a part of the suit or if it's like shadow or something, but it looks kind of strange, but really awesome actually as well, because it really does add to the depth of those eyes. He does have a bit of the flesh tone, a bit too much there. As you can see, a build-up of paint just on the edge of that cowl, which I can go ahead and remove myself. So as for a size comparison, here is a standard Marvel Legends figure. It's just the one I've been going to recently because it's on my desk right here. But Chameleon, you know, 6.5 inches tall compared to the roughly 6.25 inches tall Batman over here. Obviously, they don't look in scale at all. And that's one thing that people kind of hate, that they have, you know, two rivaling lines and they've actually chosen to go for, you know, a slightly smaller scale. I don't mind it too much. It's mainly actually, you know, heading towards the sort of import sort of scale. So here we have Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. I know he is a shorter guy anyway, but that is the sort of scale that they are going with these figures. Let's go ahead and bring out this Goku right here. You know, that's the sort of scale of figure that they are heading towards, and they are actually a little bit taller on average than most import actual sizes that are 6 inches. So it's sort of in between. It's not really a line that suits anything in particular. If we go ahead and show DC Universe Classics scale Batman, you know, he's much bigger. So obviously, a lot of your older figures, you're not really going to be able to display them well with the icons. And they don't really match up well with lots of different other lines that you may have. I mean, even this animated Batman right here, he is actually the same scale as like Marvel Legends and stuff. So a lot of people are saying, you know, why didn't they make these guys that scale? Well, it just goes to show they want this line to be its own thing. They want it to speak for itself. They have figures lined up for the next 2 years, so it's not something they're going to end anytime soon. Essentially, this scale of figures are actually going to be their benchmark figures now instead of the 7-inch stuff. I completely understand where people are coming from in saying that they wish that the scale was, you know, exactly the same as import figures or exactly the same as Legends or, you know, DC Universe Classics and stuff. Honestly, I don't mind. It's its own collection. It can be its own scale. They look fantastic. Now, with it actually being a little bit smaller than like Universe Classics figures and stuff, it's using less plastic than if they were to make a figure that big, or even like the 7-inch stuff. So that's why we can actually get some of these accessories and stuff. And honestly, with the amount of detail in these figures, the articulation is actually going to improve. They have actually mentioned several Comic Cons and stuff when being interviewed by other reviewers. You know, they are going to look into changing up the heads so that you can get figures looking up and whatnot that should be in flight poses. And maybe looking at putting a thigh cut in there, but they have basically said, you know, they don't really think that it's something that's needed. However, they will take a look into it. You know, we've already got ankle pivot and double joints in elbows and knees and stuff, so they're already fantastically articulated. They're hearing what the fans want, and they are looking at adding those other bits of articulation into future figures, and that's absolutely fantastic. It's definitely a line that you should be into if you're into DC at all. And like I say, this is definitely my favourite Batman figure as of right now, and I reckon that if you like Batman, it'll be yours too. So I definitely recommend that you go ahead and pick this thing up. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like, and if you want to check out more pictures of anything else from my collection, including things coming up for future reviews, check out my Instagram. It's Homerino123, and the link is in the description below. For more DC Icons reviews, just like Green Lantern coming soon, go ahead and subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.